Kick to the gut. I like it.
Yo, it's Dante Chen in the house. Bro, it's so good to see you, my man.
Likewise, good to see you guys, Mr. Young and Foreign. Very happy to be back on the podcast, this time as Dante Chen.
Oh, okay. Wait, what? There was a previous life? No, I didn't know that. I thought you were always NXT WWE Superstar Dante Chen representing Singapore and Southeast Asia.
For sure.
Hey, shut up, man. One thing I need to always give props to Dante. Even though he's all the way in Orlando, Florida, even though he's doing NXT stuff, he still checks out the podcast, bro. He still sees our IG stories up until now. It's a respect, man. We love it.
Yeah, we appreciate that 100%. Okay, tell us about let's go back to the tryouts, because something happened at the tryouts that we didn't know before. And, I might have heard about it on a different interview that we did recently. But yes, tell us about the moment you found out that you were going to the Performance Centre.
So many would think that I received a call, that I was told that I was selected to be signed. However, it is not the case. I learned that I got signed to the WWE on the last day of the tryouts in Shanghai in 2019.
Wow.
So that was where they pulled a handful of us aside, and then one by one we would go into the room, and then they will break the news to us, and then we will leave. So that was how we found out, and that was how I found out that I got signed. And I happened to be like the last one in the line.
Whoa, okay.
So like everyone that went in before me, I could hear them yelling in excitement and happiness inside the room. and I see them walk out and happy, just happy, just so excited, and they just walk off. So you can expect that I kind of know what's about to go down. And that was when I went in, they broke the news to me, and that was how I knew how I got signed.
Wow. For it, how is your mind not blown? Because if you look at the timeline, that was 2019. He held this in for almost, was it 2 years?
Shoot. Yeah, 2 years, right?
Bro. Okay, tell us.
Okay. Yeah.
Tell us, during the 2 years, it was because of COVID, right?
Correct, yes. So for the 2 years, I decided to keep it on the low, which I was going to anyways, regardless of how long it was going to take between knowing that I got signed and when they would eventually announce the news. But 2 years, in that 2 years, I decided that I'm going to live life as per normal, as though I didn't get the call.
All right.
So I never wanted to assume that, this is going to go down. Like things hardly, or it's not all the time that things go according to plan. So that was how I saw it. And I didn't want to tell anyone close to me, all my close friends. I wouldn't even really tell them, because the worst case scenario would be that they would change their minds about it, because it would be too inconvenient to bring me over at the time.
Yep.
And they might just drop it completely. So it'll be embarrassing if I would be telling all my friends about it, and then for the news to change that, we don't need you anymore. We don't want you anymore. So that is why I kept it on the low and just kept my 2 feet grounded and lived life normally. Yeah. So that was what I did.
Right. And of course, from the previous times we've talked to you, we know that you first got your interest in pro wrestling because of the video games, right? And thanks to our friends over at 2K, by the way, WWE 2K22 is on sale right now. We all love a good sale, right? Go get it. I know you've been playing 2K22. I know Foreign has. I know I have as well. You were mentioning that your favorite mode is Universe mode, right? Okay, to me, that tells me that you like the booking aspect of things as well. I don't know. I used to play a lot of Universe mode as well until, I kind of got busy. So I just started to play My Rise exclusively. But tell us about your experience with the game thus far. And here's the thing. What I love about this current iteration of the 2K game, right? It's very in-depth, but it's also very easy to start as a newbie. Don't you agree?
Yeah. For me, well, for a newbie, I'd say yes, it is pretty easy to pick up. But for someone that has been playing the game ever since SmackDown versus Raw, it was a huge switch for me to be able to like grasp a hold of the new controls. So what really helped was the tutorial that they had at the beginning. That was really helpful.
Yeah.
With Drew Gulak.
Coach Drew Gulak was there to help guide you through the whole thing. And I sent out some like a social media post about it too. Like I think the day before that I played it, like I was at the Performance Centre training with Drew Gulak as well.
Oh really?
Wow.
It was so funny to me. So I sent out like a social media post. I'm like, at the WWE Performance Centre, training with Drew Gulak.
Literally, right?
At WWE 2K22, training with Drew Gulak.
That's
how
so
authentic can this
amazing.
get?
Yeah, that is so amazing.
Exactly, right? And then, you talk about your journey in NXT, and then, the rest of us, all we can do is play the My Rise function where, you get to, sort of kind of get the feeling, right? So you're going through it as well. How is it mirroring your experience, both in real life and in the game?
Oh, it is so similar. The details of the venues are so authentic. So I will be playing the game, and I will be in the gym at the Performance Centre.
Yeah.
And I'll just be like looking at all the details of the gym, because that is where I go to like almost every day.
Yeah.
And then when I go over to training at the Performance Centre, when I'm working out in the gym, I'm like wondering how did the team at 2K manage to capture this so well,
right,
that it looks almost exactly the same. I'm like, I get confused sometimes. Like, am I in the video game right now? And when I'm playing the game, I'm like, am I at Performance Centre right now?
Nice. It's almost like a virtual reality.
Exactly, yeah. It's like my life is completely engulfed with the WWE right now, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So talking about right now your experience in NXT, maybe tell us a little bit about who you enjoy working. Who are you working with a lot in NXT? What has the experience been like?
Well, in NXT right now, in terms of coaches right now, there are really like an amazing like roster of coaches that we have. I have been able to train with a few of them, and I really want to be able to train with all of them, because everyone brings a different kind of aspect and approach of the sport into training. So I really want to be able to pick all of their brains. There isn't really like one coach that I want to like point out that I enjoy more than the rest, because everyone really stands out in their own way. In terms of in-ring, Javier Bernal is one person that I've been in the ring with a couple of times, both as a competitor and as a tag team partner. So he's someone that I really enjoy working with. And recently, he actually made his debut on NXT 2.0 on the USA Network. So I'm very proud of him for that. And moving forward, he is definitely someone that you want to keep your eyes on, aside from Dante Chen.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro. Like I was just thinking, you're talking about the great coaches that you work with, and you talk about the great matches and opponents that you've had so far. With regards to the game, this is something people always ask. Other than yourself, who do you like to play as, Dante Chen? Who's your go-to guy? Your go-to gal?
So I actually don't really have someone that I would really always play as. So what I would do is that I usually like play the universe mode, and I would set the roster to the current day roster, and I would assign every current day show in the calendar of the week.
Wow.
So when I do that, I will play through every single match from Monday to Friday.
Oh,
and every match has a different WWE superstar, and that's how I kind of like, get a chance to like try to play with every superstar. That's what I like to do.
Okay. So
but
you're
right
kind
now,
of like, you kind of try to play as many people or as many wrestlers as possible.
Yes, correct. So like I kind of want to be able to like try out every single superstar and see every single entrance and try all the different movesets. That's what I like the most. I like to try different things. I'm not someone that likes to just stick with one character and play through, an entire game with just one character.
Right.
So like I like to switch things up a little bit and yeah, like I don't really have a go-to character at the moment.
Okay.
Have any of these move sets, like, with create a character or create a wrestler, create a superstar, sorry, and, trying out everybody's move sets, have any of these move sets inspired what you do in the ring?
So yes, this actually happened quite recently. So
Okay.
I played through my rise twice actually. So
Uh-huh.
I played through once as a male superstar, and the second time I
Yourself?
played through as a female superstar. Yes, myself. Second time I played through as a female superstar because I
Wait.
wanted to like really like.
Did you name her Dantina Chen or something?
Dantress. Chen.
I for real wanted to like try to make it like maybe I should make this a female version of me,
Yeah.
but I couldn't think of like a clever way to name her, so I just named her Chen.
Okay.
Okay.
Very vague.
Yeah, big enough.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Very big. So like, I didn't put too much work and effort into like the moveset and creation aspect. I just made something like very general because I wanted to play through the stories more. That was what I wanted to go for. So I went with like a moveset template that best suited or like matched mine the best.
Okay.
And I just went into it. And then I find myself working on the arm a lot with this moveset. So like whenever I play through the matches as this female character, I'm always like, I know what controls to go into what moves that will help to attack the arm.
Okay.
So like stuff like that, like I kind of like have applied before in training before. Like targeting the arm, like being very methodical about how I compete in the ring. So like that's one thing that I felt like this is very similar to what I do at training and what I have done in the ring before as well. So that's pretty cool to me.
All I can think right now is we need to run a poll to come up with a name for the female Dante Chen. That's what we need to do next. I feel like the fans will come up with something amazing, especially our fans right here in Singapore.
I'm sure. I'm very sure.
Yeah. Because I remember a couple of months back, they were trying to give you suggestions for your finisher, right? The name of your finisher. Do you manage to adopt any of it, or are you still keeping that close to your chest?
I have not considered a name that they've suggested yet, but there have been a couple that I thought were pretty creative, pretty cool. A lot of them are very food related.
Yes.
We love our food. We love our food in Singapore. What can I say, right?
Yeah, that's true. But I'm not sure if I want the audience to be laughing when I execute my finishing maneuver.
Yes.
It has to be serious.
I'll get hungry in that case.
No prata drop or anything like that.
No prata bomb.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard them call the Dante's Inferno. So is that like a move that you do, or is that your finisher now?
That is something that Nigel McGuinness has dubbed on commentary. Yeah, I believe so. I don't mind it, I guess, but I feel like there might be another name that I might want to think of.
Okay.
And that's been a move that I've done since my debut, and I actually have not been able to execute it ever since the year started.
Yeah, actually, that sounds just about right.
Interesting question. Because I was thinking about you doing your finishers and your move set. Maybe we want to ask you as well about the idea behind your presentation, your mask, your costume. Like how did that come about?
And the hand sign as well.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. So with the presentation, before we make our debut, or I made my debut, we would have training matches at the Performance Centre, whereby we will wear our own attires as though it was in front of a live audience. So what I had before I was in the WWE, that was what I wore. I wore something similar to what I'm wearing right now. And when I wore it out, the coaches liked it, the producers liked it, and they talked to me like, hey, you know what? We like your presentation. We want to do something similar to what you currently have.
Nice.
And then they felt that my presentation kind of stood out to them as kind of like a Mortal Kombat character.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
so
see
they were
the
like,
connection. Yes.
yeah, so that was when they thought like, what if we try throwing a mask on you and try throwing a hood on you, and then that is when it all came about, and then that's what they've enjoyed. They liked the presentation. That's how we got to where we are today. Me looking like Scorpion or Sub-Zero.
Whoa. Okay.
Did you have a tough time creating that look in the WWE 2K22 game, or was it easy enough? Because I mean, the customization options are quite vast.
I'm very into detail, so like as similar as I managed to do it to real life, I'm still a bit frustrated that I don't get to do it like exactly like how it is in real life. It is close. It is close, but it isn't what it actually is. Because I'm not that good with the creation suite. I'm very basic when it comes to it. But I've seen like so many like online creators. They just create. They amazing. They just do amazing work like out there. I'm like, I wish I could hook myself up. Maybe I could like contact one of these guys. Hey,
hey man, bro, we can hook you up, man. We got one local guy, one of our followers, who has done an entire suite for all the wrestlers, the local wrestlers, the Statement,
Really?
SPW, yeah. And you probably, if I let him, once he knows about this interview, I'll probably reach him out and try to tag you in it, bro.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. I might have to redo my rise again with this new character.
For sure,
Exactly.
man.
And then we'll get them to create a female version of it as well. Of course, we have to, right? We have to.
Yeah, only if there's a creative name for it.
Okay.
For her.
We'll get the poll out there. Let's talk about dream matches. Obviously, in the game, you can create any dream match you want. Hulk Hogan versus Roman Reigns. Bret Hart versus... I'm saying it because I have done it before. What's your dream match? As in, who would you like to wrestle? Like, if you could, anybody in the universe.
If you could book any match.
At any time. We're stepping into the multiverse now.
Any era.
Unfortunately, I've heard this question a lot before, but like I honestly, the only dream match that I have in mind is whoever the champion is at the time. To be very honest, I have favorite WWE superstars. I have favorite wrestlers in mind, but I have never thought about stepping to the ring across them before. Like, it all depends on the stakes of the match for me. That would be what makes a dream match for me.
Perhaps let me rephrase that question, reframe it a bit. If we could drop Dante Chen in any era of WWE that you think he will thrive in, that he will do well in, which era would that be? Which year? Which iteration of WWE?
So the moment you asked me that, like before you finished the question, I immediately thought of one era already.
All right.
And it was the era where I started to watch the most. When I really got into it. That would be like the 2010 era of wrestling of WWE.
Okay, so this is
it wouldn't necessarily be where I might think I would thrive in, but it's just like the era that I feel like I was the most engrossed with WWE. Like the era was when like it reignited kind of like my interest for it. Like that was when I was in secondary school, whereby like YouTube was around, social media was around. That was when I really got into it.
For it, you're the encyclopedia. Would this 2010 period be the ruthless aggression era?
Oh no, this is right before the rise of CM Punk. CM Punk was around, Nexus was around, Cena, Randy Orton was on top, right?
Okay.
I was very big into Nexus. I was such a huge Nexus fan.
That's great.
That was the era that I really enjoyed. Yeah, 2010.
You know what would have been interesting? You probably have been in the first season of NXT with
isn't that so cool? When NXT first got introduced back then, I was like, I liked the idea of having like rookies, being shown to like the WWE universe. I really liked the idea. And then like me and my friend in secondary school, we would be like, hey, what one day we'll be in NXT.
Hey,
I was like, I wish.
I mean, it took about 10 years, a decade later, but I mean, you made it, bro.
You know what? can't complain. I've been able to meet people like Wade Barrett at NXT who is doing commentary at the moment.
Nice.
So it's surreal to me. Like, oh, this is Wade Barrett, leader of the Nexus.
Oh,
So cool to me, yeah. And then Darren Young, who I've made friends with over social media as well, now known as Fred Rosser.
yes.
So
Also
cool,
season 1 of NXT as well, right? You're part of
Exactly.
Texas.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting era, and I think it's also appropriate because that's where like you were most impressionable secondary school kid, right? Yeah, that's really good. That's really great.
Have you played much of the My GM mode? I ask that because I think that's a
Yes.
favorite of a lot of people. People who have always thought, oh, I would make a great booker. And then, you get put to the test in the game. Have you played much of the My GM?
Okay, so before I answer that question, the game that I got really started to get more engrossed with and started to follow year after year after that was actually SmackDown versus Raw 2009. And that is the game right after 2008, which had the GM mode.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, to be honest, I never knew what I was missing out on with GM mode. And every year people will always say, like, oh, bring GM mode back, bring GM mode back. I'm like, I have no idea what I'm missing out on.
Yeah.
And now that it's here, we have My GM right now. Unfortunately, I have not played it yet because I'm actually waiting for all the DLC packs and characters to be released first. And then I want to hop into it and play around with every single character that is available.
Right. I mean, the idea of being able to do a draft, I mean, for a lot of people, that's really like, woo, all right, let's go, right?
Yeah, it's so interesting. Like, I really am excited to like hop into it. I've been like, resisting, like, not yet.
Yeah,
Just wait. I want to be able to play with like a plethora of like WWE superstars. So that's why I'm just waiting for all the DLC packs to be released, which you can obtain if you purchase the NWO for Life edition.
Yeah.
For sure.
Get the game. It's on sale right now, everybody.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so moving on. Obviously, the cover star, and I'm repping the shit right now. Rey Mysterio, legend, right? And Foreign's got the NWO shirt, legends as well. Have you? I need to know. Doing the whole thing at the Performance Centre, who are some of the people that you've met that inside you might be like fangirling over? Because like on the outside, obviously you're very professional, but on the inside, fangirl. Who are these people? Who may they be?
There might be some people that I believe I shouldn't name, but some others that I could safely share would be people that have recently been on NXT. So I was training one day at the Performance Centre in one of the rings and talking to like one of my friends. This gentleman walks over as I'm sitting down on the apron.
Yeah.
And this gentleman walks over and just greets us like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" I look over, it's Rey Mysterio.
Hey, Ray.
I'm like, oh goodness! I immediately I got off the apron. I stood up immediately, like, oh, hello, sir. It's good to see you. I'm Dante. And yeah, I'm like, oh, this Ray approached us to say hi.
Wow.
Was that me? Like, oh, shouldn't it be the other way around? Like if I saw him first, I ran up to him like, hello, sir. It's good to meet you.
Was that the episode where he appeared on NXT 2.0 with Dominic, right?
That's right. When him and Dominic came over to NXT, yeah, that's right. That was the same day actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Because recently there's like a couple of main roster stars who have been doing like one-off matches, like short feuds. Did you was there any particular WWE superstar that you saw and in your mind you were like, oh man, I would love to have like that one matchup with him to just test myself against if they had dropped down or like came and visited NXT 2.0?
You're talking about the guys that have been to NXT 2.0 lately?
Either that or anyone who haven't yet.
Like right now, Apollo Crews is, spending time in NXT, right?
That is true. Yeah, he recently made his return. So Apollo Crews is definitely up there. But someone else would be someone that I actually like enjoyed watching as a kid years ago. It'd be the Miz.
Yes.
Wow.
Someone that I was kind of awestruck to see that was at the Performance Centre.
Mm-hmm.
So that was cool to see him. I really enjoyed his work again back in the 2010 era when he was Mr. Money in the Bank, you know, and when he cashed in and became the WWE champion.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was someone that I looked up to as well. So Miz might be up there as well.
Mm.
And you know, if Miz is in the ring, you have to step up on that mic game, and he will probably be trying to elevate everyone in the promo department. So that will be quite a
He can
challenge.
talk all he wants, but there are no championships to win from talking well.
Oh,
shots fired.
Yeah.
Taking the Miz right now. Taking the Miz right now.
Let me go.
Same thing. You can talk all you want on social media, but until there is a social media champion, I'm not gonna think too much about that, right?
Boom! I need to drop a microphone. I need to find a mic to drop. Let me go.
I don't know, tell me if I'm wrong, right?
Yeah, well, there you go. Let me go back very quickly to you talked about Rey Mysterio, right? Obviously, the cover star of WWE 2K22. His career is also reflected in the game as well. Have you played the career mode of what is it called already?
Showcase mode.
Sorry, showcase mode.
Showcase
Yes,
mode,
yeah. Escaped my mind for a second. Have you played through showcase mode? Unlocked everything?
2K Showcase was the first thing that I actually jumped into.
Nice.
So it usually is the first thing that I play for every 2K game, because that's when you can get to unlock like certain secrets, you know, arenas, championships, attires, characters. So that was actually the first mode that I played. So I definitely played through the whole thing. I really love the narrative aspect of how Rey Mysterio is there, talking you through what he has in mind at that moment of time and what he should do next to his opponent. So I thought it was a really cool approach of doing it, and the way they seamlessly transition from the in-game, cutscene into like what actually happened in real life at the time. So it's a really cool approach. I really loved it.
Yeah,
it's
very spectacular.
Very cinematic as well. I mean, okay, have you played the game in any ways that are, I guess, unexpected? Because if there's anything I know about gamers, right, is that they find ways to play the game in different ways. You know what I mean? Like, because, and from what I know as well, there are a lot of secrets to be found in the game. For example, like, the commentators will actually make certain references when certain superstars come out, that kind of thing. I don't know if you've noticed a lot of that.
I have actually. So it's really very cool. Like all these commentary remarks are secrets to me, actually, I feel. Like it's as easy as playing a Shawn Michaels match in an NXT arena.
Yeah.
Like that alone, the commentators will go off, and like it might not be something that you might ever hear. Like oh, John Cena is here in NXT, for example, or like The Undertaker has finally like appeared on NXT. Like it's crazy. Like it's like such things like you might not know what ever happened in real life. You can easily like play it out in WWE 2K22. And when you like another cool thing is that when you pit two superstars against each other that had history with each other before in the game, the commentary team will like call back to like those moments in time.
Wow.
So that's cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty dope. In terms of like you talk about like fantasy matches or like rivalries, that kind of thing. But we don't really talk about match stipulations. So I just in my mind, Dante Chen in real life and Dante Chen as a gamer, like which match stipulation do you always like to go back to or play? And as a wrestler, which kind of match stipulation would you love to actually be a part of?
Oh, I mean, the boring answer would be that I'm very like straightforward into the singles matches. But if I were to think about like match stipulations, I remember when I was playing like the older SmackDown vs. Raw games, they had this same feature, and you could do it as well right here in 2K22. I see right here as if like we're here, but like it's my console's right in front of me. My console is right in front of me, that's why. But anyway, what I would usually do back then is that I would love the idea of finisher matches.
Finisher matches.
Oh yes, I remember that. So
yeah, it's kind of cool. Like, and then I would do things like a 2 out of 3 finisher match.
What you can do
Whereby
that? You can do that in the game? Is that possible?
Yes, you could do that. You could like set like a timer, and then like first superstar to like hit their finisher twice wins the match, something like that.
Oh, is it under custom matches? I would assume.
Correct. It's under a custom match. Yeah. So that is kind of like another cool feature that I've yet to like play around with. Would be the custom match feature.
I've learned something new today about the game, and I've spent a lot of time playing the game.
That is pretty
And
innovative, man.
You could go crazy with it. Like it could be like 2 out of 3 finisher match inside Hell in a Cell with a 15-minute time limit, something like that.
That the finisher thing is actually pretty dope, because actually that can actually affect how you approach the match. The match psychology can completely change because you're racing towards being able to do your finisher and to come out with ways to counter it. It's gonna be a pretty dope match, man.
Yeah. It gets pretty intense. Like when you see like your opponent's like he has his finisher ready, and like when he's about to go for it, like the stress levels are different.
Right.
Maybe if you played it in a regular match, you'd be like, okay, you can hit me in the finish, I'm gonna kick out.
Yeah.
Wow,
not for a finisher match.
Oh. Well, if this stipulation ever comes up on NXT 2.0, we know where the idea came from already.
in the same spirit, Dante Chen, the wrestler, like what kind of match that is existing that you would love to be a part of? Or it could be like an event like a Royal Rumble or Money in the Bank, something along those lines. What kind of stipulation would you like?
I feel like I kind of know the answer, but go ahead, please.
Okay. The like one match immediately popped up in my mind. I guess I'm gonna go with it because the first thing that I thought of, War Games.
Oh, nice.
A War Games match with Dante Chen and who else as your teammates? That's the question.
Well, we'll see. Like at this moment of time right now, I've yet to build many relationships with different partners. So only Javier Bernal is up there with me. Like I'd say would be one of my picks. But aside from him, like we'll have to see.
All right. I know who your opponents are gonna be, man. Is those dastardly diets, man?
Gacy
two of them
and the
for sure.
Diets.
Gacy and his guys. Yeah, I could see that happening actually. Mr. Young, you had a guess in mind that you thought I had, or what was it going to be?
I thought you were going to say title match. As long as a title match is clearly a stipulation, and it is a stipulation of the highest order, is it not?
A War Games for the NXT tag team titles. Let's go.
How so many people involved? Okay, fine. Maybe everyone in there is a champion. Now this is the type of fantasy booking I can get behind.
Right. Winner takes all the titles in NXT. Let's go. Dante, you're heading off. I'm sure you have to head off for training soon, right?
Yeah.
Actually, like my training was supposed to happen at the same time of the interview, so I was told that the interview has to be prioritized over training. So,
bro, we just got into his training time. Now we feel bad.
Hey, alamak. We need to pay you back for this, man.
No. Don't worry about it.
All right, no worries. Tomorrow
I will get my own lift in afterward once we're done here. So,
tomorrow I will gym in your honor, Dante Chen.
Final thoughts on the support you're getting from Singapore, from Southeast Asia. What do you want to say to the fans?
I want to thank them for all the support that they've given me ever since day one. Regardless of whether it was the highest of highs or the lowest of lows for me, being there by my side back home in Singapore and Southeast Asia means a lot to me, and I'm always keeping them at the back of my mind whenever I go out through the curtains and compete.
That's great, man. That's amazing.
Awesome.
We miss you, man. We miss you here in Singapore, man.
Likewise, man. Like every morning, like I know you guys do the podcast at like 12.
Yeah.
Ish.
12.
Yeah.
We moved it to 2 p.m., but yeah.
Yeah. That's at the point where I'm like, okay, there's no way I can be there live anymore.
Right.
At a time whereby my schedule like allowed me to do so, like I would like tune in at 12 sometimes. But right now I can't. Not at 2 not at 2 p.m. So like my time would be 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So like the next morning, I would always like, as I'm preparing breakfast, I would like turn on the podcast and listen as I am preparing my
Bro.
breakfast. And
that is amazing, man.
We appreciate that so much, man.
Yeah.
support local.
We always
Support
get
local.
we always get surprised when like suddenly a one time random Dante Chen appear and comment on the live chat. It always pops us.
Yes, yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, who? Oh shit, it's
Yeah.
Dante.
Wait, there's a Dante Chen left a comment.
One time previously, last time.
Wait, I think it
Really?
was I think it was a Traxxas. It wasn't a Dante Chen. I can't remember though.
Yeah, it must be it was a couple. It was a while back. I remember.
I'm not sure that's me or not.
Sekali, it was an imposters, yeah.
Alamak.
No, like kidding, like, it's me, like, it's me.
Alamak. Hey, cannot, bro. We must check our bots again.
Yeah. Hey, don't forget, this is the fellow who held that, that secret in for 2 years.
Yeah,
My
bro.
goodness.
Bro, Marvel level, man.
Marvel level, yes.
Yeah. Very important to be able to keep secrets. You know,
man.
at least you know that I'm someone you can trust.
There you go. There you go.
There you go.
All right, bro. Thank you so much for the time. We don't want to take up too much more of your time. I'm sure you have to go and do your training and stuff like that. So, hey, man, we'll always support you, lah. From here, from Singapore. I know that sounds super cheesy, but you're living out our dream. So, thank you for that.
Appreciate it, guys. I really want to do this again. With you guys. I really enjoy the podcast. Coming on. I honestly could talk for like a long time. If you want to talk through like a pay-per-view, like review something, like I always enjoy watching. Like hopefully it's not the last time. I'm sure there'll be next time.
For sure, man. Hey, man, anytime you want to hop on, you just let us know. We would love to one day do it in person again.
Yeah.
But we'll come. We'll
go to you. We'll go to you. Road trip.
Yeah, for sure. Like, maybe like you guys might have to like send me a mug or something.
Oh, yes, we should. Hey, I don't know whether that one we'll discuss offline how we're gonna the logistics of it. But we would love to. Yeah.
One mug. Yeah.
Hey,
Thank you.
I think we really want to see both of you get together to play my GM, actually.
We would love to, but we have to figure out how to do it, man.
Lay out the logistics of it.
I'm sure we'll be looking forward to seeing Kick to the Gut boys play my GM together against each other.
We'll find a space. We'll get someone to shoot us, and there you go.
We'll just sit there and play for 5 hours straight. All right, come see who can do the better show.
There's a lot of content to put out.
Yes, yeah.
But it's worth it if Dante Chen is watching. So
I'll watch for sure.
All right. We'll talk about it. Thank you so much, man. All the best with your career, man. We'll be watching every single step of the way.
Appreciate it, guys.
Kick to the gut. I like it.